thoroughbred racing, dominating the sport from mid-17th century to early 20th century. In the antebellum years, period before the Civil War, slave owners were often responsible for training and caring for their owners' horses. But as the sport of horse racing began to gain in popularity in the United States from the mid-18th century onward, skilled black horsemen were highly valued as trainers and jockeys. By the mid-19th century, black jockeys practically ruled the profession. Riding in circuits from Louisiana to New York, in 1875, at the inaugural running of the Kentucky Derby, 13 of the 15 riders were African Americans. The first jockey of any race to win the Kentucky Derby was Oliver Lewis, who rode 3-year-old Aristides in record time in 1875. Other Derby winners were 1877, William Billy Walker, 1880, George Lewis, 1882, Babe Hurd, 1884, Isaac Murphy, 1885, Erskine Henderson, 1887, Isaac Lewis, 1890, Isaac Lewis, 1891, Alonzo Clayton, 1895, James Perkins, 1896, 1898, Willie Sims, 1901, 1902, Jimmy Winkfield.
The decline of the black equestrians. American sports, like most American institutions, has a history of shameful racism, and this includes thoroughbred horse racing. The introduction of Jim Crow laws in the late 1880s, segregating blacks and whites, spelled an end to the golden era of African American jockeys. Racism forced the black jockeys off American racetracks. Violence on the tracks against black jockeys by white jockeys prevailed without recourse. In other words, there was no law to protect them. In addition to the previous injustices, the African American jockeys received death threats from the Ku Klux Klan. Unfortunately, no African American jockeys raced on the tracks until 1921, 29 years later. In 1921, Henry King was the last jockey from the United States to ride in the Derby. In 2000, 79 years later, St. Julian rode in the Derby.
We salute black jockeys.
Thank you so much, Anna and D.A. Rio. Job well done.